day of sports ahead of us. We've got the college football playoff. We've got some Saturday NFL with playoff implications on the line. We've got a full slate of NBA and college basketball. So we are very excited to kick off a busy day. We're going to start with a quick recap about how we've done over the last week and month. So those who are not familiar with betting with babies get a sense of how we like to bet, how we think about making investments in sports betting, and what our performance has been. So as you can see on the screen here, we are partnered with SI Pro Picks. So Sports Illustrated is looking to come into the sports betting industry, and what they're focused on is bringing transparency and credibility to sports handicapping. So everybody on the internet is selling picks today, but you don't know who you can trust. You don't know what's hype. You don't know what's real. You've got people flashing Rolexes and Lamborghinis, but they are sharing their records on spreadsheets and notes in their iPhone. With all the technology and apps out there now, there are many places for you to verify your picks and to be able to provide transparency into your performance. We chose to partner with Sports Illustrated because we see the long-term vision of being a benchmark for what it means to sell picks professionally. And because we are with the most trusted name in sports, we want to help bring that name to the most trusted name in sports betting. And so as you can see, they have partnered with a few different professional cappers. You can see a list of cappers here. All of their records are displayed. So if you're ever interested in how someone's performing, you can come and click right into their profile. They'll highlight what their top sport is and then all the other sports. So let's click into ours. Ours is displaying college basketball because our record right now, 34-15. That's a 69.4% win rate. We're plus 18.42 units. So if you are a $500 unit better like we are, you're up $9,200 in college basketball. If you are a $50 better, you're up $920 in college basketball. But that's not all. You can click in deeper and you can get a full picture of our performance. So this graph is dynamic. It's going to break down how we're doing over the week. So as you can see, this week we are up 11.5 units on the week. If you go to the month, it's going to show you our trend over the month. So for the month, we're plus 27.5 units. And if you've been with us for 3 months, you're up just under 40 units. And if you've been with us for 6 months, you're up just under 70 units. So you can see this theme here is the longer that you stay with betting with babies, the more profits that you earn over time. This graph, as you can see, this is 0 units. So we started with SI right around here. Throughout this entire run from 0 up to 69 units, there has never been a dip below 0, which means from the first day we joined, if you've been following our process, you have never had to dip into your bankroll after the first bet that you made, which is pretty incredible. It's not just about being profitable and winning a couple big plays one day or 1 week. It's about long-term profitability, and you see that in this graph. It doesn't mean we don't lose. There are dips in the graph, as you can see. We'll go from a peak of 56 units. We went down to 38, so 18 units we lost. Still 38 above 0, so never dipping into our bankroll. Staying disciplined, staying process-oriented. We jump back up to 652 units the next week. We stay pretty flat for a week or two. We take a bit of a dip. This was a tough NFL 2 weeks back-to-back for us. We went down to 28 units, still in the plus, but 20 units lost in 2 weeks. And then boom, back up to 44, another peak up to 53, and just consistent growth for the last month up to 70 units. It's been an incredible run. I'm pumped for all the people who have been with us for the ride, who have trusted in us, and most importantly, have followed our very disciplined process. I think it's hard for people when they join betting with babies to stick to our process because it might not be the most glamorous process. We're not throwing 10 units on a play. We're not chasing a bunch of parlays. We are betting 3 to 5 plays per day, risking anywhere from 3 to 7 units. And it's very methodical, very strategic. And so I think where people have struggled is they join the program, they see we win, but they want more action. And so they go take their action on their own. Most times they end up losing their plays on their own. And so it limits the profitability that you would see if you were following this to a T. And so I have been really focused on trying to educate our group on why it's important to stick to our process, stick to our unit size, stay disciplined. And the ones who do, you can see the type of performance that we deliver. Now, when you break that down by league, the NFL, we're at 50%. This is where we tend to be a little bit riskier. We do these anytime touchdown parlays. So a lot of like plus 800s, plus 700s. That's why our record here is at 50%, but we're plus 27 and a half units. So you can see that we are consistently winning in the NFL and hitting some of those bigger parlays. In NCAA football, the season is coming to an end. It's been a really great season. We've been right around this 55, 56% win rate. We're up 12 units heading into college football playoffs. The NBA has been the only sport that we have not been profitable in. We're actually down a bit more leading up to this week. We found a nice edge in first quarter NBA, and we've been able to chip away at this. And so we are slowly climbing up to 50%. We will be in the green shortly, but this currently is the only sport we are not profitable in. Moving to the UFC, we only do parlays, usually 2 or 5 leg parlays. So you see a little bit of a lower win rate, but you're seeing plus 11, almost 11 and a half units in the UFC, and the UFC is wrapped up for the year. So a profitable year in the UFC. NHL, limited bets. We like to pick our spots. We're 13 and 11, 54%, about even. So we don't do too much hockey, only if we really see value jumping off the screen. And then college basketball, 69.4%, 18 and a half units. This has been our moneymaker year over year. And we're really excited because we got a chance to go above 70% win rate today. There will definitely be college basketball plays on the board. So also, when you're on someone's profile, you get a sense of their packaging, their pricing. You can learn a little bit more about us and our profile here. And then it'll display for you all of the picks that we've posted. So there's full transparency. You can go across all sports. So yesterday was our first losing day in 2 weeks. We went 1-3. So you see, we hit our under bet on UC Irvine. We lost this Anaheim Ducks bet, not even close. We had under 6.5. I think they scored 10 goals that game. I knew we were on the wrong side from the first period. This Celtics game was a tough way to start it. Miami Heat hit a 3-pointer in the quarter to end the first quarter, and we were not able to cover by a half a point. And then Oklahoma, I put 2 units on Oklahoma. I loved everything about this game, and they looked great in the first half and not the case in the second half. But as you can see, before yesterday, we went 4-0, so you see a lot of green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A loss, 6, 7, a loss, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, a loss, 13 and 3 in our last 16 bets, all tracked right here. So if you ever want to go back and see what plays we've hit, we haven't hit, you don't need a subscription to see it. It's full transparency. There's nothing to hide here. We are not like these other sports bettors. There are levels to this. There is a reason why we signed up to be more transparent. There's a reason why every pick goes through a third-party verified platform, because we want you to see our record. We want you to see our betting behavior, because we want you to see what it should look like when you are working with an expert. And that's what Betting with Babies does. So this was a quick overview and intro to Betting with Babies on SI Pro Picks. Today, we're going to be dropping our member card, the early card.